How much car can you really afford by salary? Part 1, Introduction and the 50% rule. Salary is 10 lakhs and you want to buy a car worth 20 lakhs. This trend is picking up very fast in India. You only live once, YOLO. These are some buzzwords that fuel such thoughts. Plus, car dealers are no less. They convert the car payment into EMIs and make it look like it's nothing at all. But do you know how much car you can actually afford? In this video, I will tell you the appropriate car budget for 3 different salaried people, and yes, the findings in this video will shock you. See, there are tons of rules on the internet for buying a car, like 50-30-20 or 24-10. You might have seen them on many reels or YouTube shorts. Look, these rules are fine for giving lectures, but they never really work in practical life. So let's first see how these rules are misguiding you and why you should not follow them. The first rule of car buying is the 50% rule. This rule was made by some economist in the US and it says that your car budget should not be more than 50% of your annual income. So that means if you have a 10 lakh salary, you should not buy a car worth more than 5 lakhs. If you have a 20 lakh annual salary, you should not buy a car worth more than 10 lakhs. Look, in 10 lakhs, you still get some options. But what options do you really get in a 5 lakh car? And 10 lakhs is not a small salary in India. The biggest drawback of this rule is that these are very general guidelines that came from the West. These rules are still applicable for them because salaries there are generally a bit higher and car prices are quite low. Now, in the US, $100,000 salary is quite common. In fact, the salary of Indians there is on average higher than this. But okay, let's look at the example of a $100,000 salary. If someone has a $100K annual salary, then in 50% of that, meaning $50,000 cars like the BMW 3 Series, Ford Mustang, Mercedes GLA will fit in. Even if we conservatively make this rule 40%, then in $40,000 also you will get quite good car options. The starting range of Mercedes and BMW will easily be available. Part 2, the India versus US context. I know you must be thinking that inflation is high in the US too. So let's look at a similar scenario in India. If we convert the US $100,000 salary to India according to purchasing power parity, it will be roughly equal to 20 lakhs. Of course, which state in the US has this salary and which state in India will make a difference, but we are taking an average number. So, US $100,000 is roughly equal to INR 20 lakhs in India. According to this 50% rule, the person with $100,000 in the US is able to afford vehicles like Mercedes GLA, BMW 3 Series. But in India, the person with 20 lakhs will be able to afford cars like Tata Punch, i20, Maruti Ertiga. And please don't get me wrong, these are not bad cars. I myself have an i20. But look at the comparison. On one side is Mercedes GLA, BMW 3 Series, and on the other side is Tata Punch i20 Ertiga. So there is definitely something wrong with this rule. Maybe we need to customize this a bit for India. See, saying that you should spend 100% of your annual salary on a car, that would also be stupidity because a car is a depreciating asset. So maybe the answer will depend on your preferences. Let me explain. If you are a huge car enthusiast, then you can look at a car worth up to 70 to 75% of your annual salary. And mind you, this annual salary number can include incomes of both husband and wife. But if you think absolutely practically and for you, the purpose of a car is to go from point A to point B, then you should buy a car where your ego is maintained and you have to spend as little as possible. It could even be 20 to 25% of your annual salary. Part 3, the 24-10 rule breakdown. The second big rule of car buying is 24-10. This is also a Western concept. According to this rule, before buying a car, you must have a down payment equal to 20% of it. The car loan maximum tenure should be 4 years and the car expense should be max 10% of your salary, including the EMI payment. Understanding this like this is a bit difficult. Let me show you practically. Let's take the example of the Thar. Now the on-road price is 15 lakhs. So you should have money for its 20% down payment. Meaning you should have 3 lakhs for the down payment. The loan tenure should be maximum 4 years and the car loan will be available at around 9%. So that means the EMI will land around 30,000 per month. But along with the EMI, other expenses will also come like insurance, maintenance, fuel, etc. Let's assume that is 5,000 per month. So the car related monthly expense became around 35,000 per month. Now this 35,000 should form not more than 10% of your total monthly salary, meaning your monthly in-hand salary should be 3.5 lakhs. 3.5 lakhs in hand salary means around 60 to 65 lakhs CTC. A person with 60 to 65 lakhs CTC will easily be in India's top 1%. And I am sure they would want to drive a much better car than a Thar or any 15 lakh car. If they are practical, then maybe they are okay with the 15 lakhs car, but car lovers will definitely want a better car than this. So even this rule falls flat and there is a need for tweaking in this too. For the Indian context, I think I can still agree with the 20 and 4 parts, but this 10% one needs to be changed a bit. Maybe it could be like 15 or 20% for car lovers. For practical folks, this rule is just fine. Part 4, realistic budgets. 7 lakh, 15 lakh and 30 lakh salaries. Okay, so now we understand why these rules don't work in real life. Now let's see which car you should realistically buy at which salary. In this, we will talk about 3 salary levels: 7 lakh, 15 lakh and 30 lakh. Please be mindful of the fact that these are not CTC numbers, these are in-hand salaries. First of all, let's look at folks with 7 lakhs in hand salary. Now, in this category, you will get very limited options. This is because the on-road price of cars in India starts from 4 lakhs itself. See, earning 7 lakhs a year is no joke. It is a really good salary, but still your options are limited because of how cars are priced in India. Now, because the on-road price of even the most basic car starts from 4 lakhs, your 50% rule 2410, all those have already flopped. So here we will have to use common sense. Here we will have to look for a cheap, beautiful and durable car. So in this category, you can consider these 2-3 options: Alto K10, Renault Kwid or Hyundai Santro. All these cars will come in the 5 to 5.5 lakh range, even though this 5 to 5.5 lakh is over what you should ideally be spending on a car. You will have to do at least this much. Next, let's talk about 15 lakh in hand salary. Now in this range, you will get a little breathing space. You can look at cars from 5 lakhs up to 8 to 9 lakhs. In this, you will get to see some popular cars like i20, Hyundai Venue, XUV 3XO, Maruti Swift. All these cars are between the 6 to 8 lakhs price range. But even in this, if you want to take a super practical decision, then you can consider cars from the previous category like Renault Kwid or Hyundai Santro. Now let's talk about the last category, folks with 30 lakhs in hand salary. Now, if there are 100 different cars and their models in India, then you will become eligible for 60 to 70% of them. Basically, you will get a very big pool to pick a car from. If your salary is more than 30 lakhs, then you can pick any car from 10 lakhs to 18 lakhs. Although there are many cars in this, some of the popular picks are Hyundai Creta, Kia Seltos, Mahindra Thar, Honda City, etc. All of these cars will be available at a price tag of around 15 lakhs. And yes, if you are super practical, then you should ideally pick a car from the previous category, maybe Hyundai Venue or i20. Part 5, Insider Tips and Conclusion. Those who have a salary of more than 30 lakhs, I am sure they do not need this video. They would know what to do. Now see, these were the standard things, not in that much detail, but broadly you will find out these things from anywhere. Now let's do some insider talk, for which you have subscribed to this channel. By the way, if you have not done it, then do it. The subscribe button is right next to you. Anyhow, the first point here is that if you have a job where you have to live in a different city every 2 to 3 years and you have no fixed base, in such a case, buying a car on loan will be extremely stupid. If you transfer the car every 2 to 3 years, the tension in your life will increase even more. So what should one do in such a case? Should you stop driving a car? Absolutely not. In such a case, you can take a car subscription. A car subscription is like renting a car but for the longer term. In this, you can take a car subscription for 2 to 3 years. You just have to pay a fixed monthly payment which will cover everything. After 2 to 3 years, return the car to the company and your tension is over. Go to a new place and take a new car on subscription again. It will cost you a little more, but it will give you a lot of flexibility. Almost all big automakers in India have this option. Second point, most people don't know this, but car depreciation is highest in the first 3 to 4 years. After 4 years, the value of the car remains half. So if you are super practical, then you can also look for a 3 to 4 years old second hand car. You will easily find it online. Third point, if you work in a company that has a car leasing program, then definitely don't forget to check that out. In a company car lease, you can save as much as 30 to 35% of the car cost in taxes. I will make a separate detailed video on this. So keep these 3 points in mind before buying a car. Rest, let me know in the comments how you liked the video.